Hey there, my name is Calista B, reporting for Kids First, age 15, and today we will be taking a look at a movie called Ad Astra. Now, this film follows Roy McBride, an astronaut, as he has to try to track down his missing father on a mission to stop a series of electrical surges that threaten the world. Now, the whole cast is pretty great. However, most of the film focuses on Brad Pitt, who plays Roy McBride. And unsurprisingly, Brad Pitt is pretty great. I mean, he is one of the biggest stars at the moment. I feel like Roy McBride is very interesting, though. There are a lot of scenes where it's just Roy by himself narrating. And I feel like these are probably the most interesting scenes in the whole movie. And not just because of the acting, but I feel like there's a lot to discuss. Because a reoccurring theme is that Roy has to suppress his emotions, so the narration basically serves as a replacement to emoting, and I think it's handled really well. And I think there's a lot to discuss on how these narrations sort of interact with the way he emotes and the way he thinks because of the way he's been trained. In general, I think there's a lot to discuss about this film. There's some really creative ideas. For example, this is probably one of my favorite scenes in the whole film. But basically in this world, there are commercial flights to the moon, like how you would take an airplane to another country. You can just take an airplane, or in this case a rocket, to the moon. And when they actually get to the moon, you can see a bunch of really recognizable restaurants in the background, kind of implying that the moon is basically just a travel location now. And I think that's really interesting to think about. I just kind of wish it was expanded upon more because you don't really see much of it. There's also a lot of really thought-compelling themes in this film. There are themes of legacies and searching for something more, and also suppressing your emotions, which I already talked about. In fact, the theme of legacy actually led to me and my mom having an entire discussion about how people sort of see you as not really you, but who your ancestor was and as a result, your ancestor and your ancestor's name kind of lingers over you, because that's what happens to Roy. Because his father was basically the biggest astronaut in this world, everyone constantly talks about him in relation to his father. There's a lot of scenes where people see him like, oh, you're Clifford McBride's son. And that's just a constant throughout the movie. And those scenes, along with some spoilery moments, which obviously I'm not going to talk about, really hammer this point home. And I also really like how space is used as a metaphor for searching for something more, which, again, is kind of spoilery. And I feel like the whole tone of this film is just very depressing and lonely in a way I would describe. Roy's constant narration and also the ambient music kind of give this whole film a very eerie, atmospheric tone, which I think really works. I was expecting this movie to be a lot more action-packed, but it's really not. It's kind of depressing, and I feel like that is another thing, because there are some movies where it's just popcorn movies, general audience films. This film is not one of those, I would like to specify. It is a very slow film that I feel like it's more of a film that you have to think about, is what I would say. And that's one of the reasons I really liked it so much. I would give this film 4 out of 5 stars and would recommend it for ages 13 to 18, as it actually is kind of gory. And it comes out on September 20th. So, that will be it for this Kids First review. If you like it, make sure to check out the Kids First website and, of course, all the other Kids First reviewers. And I will see you all later. Bye-bye!
The world awaits our discovery, my son.